Hello and welcome. I'm Shivkumar Jodad. I'm a faculty of public policy at Flame University. Today I'm going to be talking about the India State Story project. This was done by me and my team under the Flame Center for Legislative Education and Research. India's constitution defines our country as a union of states, but none of the Indian states in their current form existed in 1950. Neither the colonial map of India nor the administrative divisions as of 1950 bear any close resemblance to the modern states and districts of India. India's territorial divisions of provinces and states during the British era was a result of series of annexations, treaties, and alliances by the British. India's independence and the integration of princely states gave an opportunity to reorganize the states and districts to meet the nation's need and priorities. Karnataka, for instance, was formed on the linguistic basis by stitching together parts of Bombay and Madras Presidency, the princely state of Mysore, Coorg, and the districts from Hyderabad state. Madhya Pradesh, on the other hand, was made by assembling the Hindi heartland with parts of the central provinces and Berar, princely states of Malwa, such as Indore and Gwalior, Bhopal, and Baghelkhand and Bundelkhand states. Just as the states, the Indian districts have also evolved rapidly. From just around 310 districts in 1950, we now have more than 785 districts. Out of this, more than 140 districts were created in the last decade and a half only. The story of Indian states and districts is not just a story of India's cartography. Within it lies an enduring questions about the politics of identity and negotiation, demands for regional autonomy, union-state relation, resource allocation across the states and across union and the states, and electoral delimitation, which is the hot button issue in the present day. Welcome to India's State Story, a visual and data-driven journey through the evolution of India's political geography from colonial times to present. What is this project about? The India State Story is a digital public history initiative by the Flame University's Center for Legislative Education and Research. It documents how India's state and district boundaries have evolved over the last 150 years. The project combines spatial data, historical literature, administrative records, and modern GIS tools to reconstruct and visualize India's political and administrative transformation. From the colonial provinces and princely states to the reorganized federal units of modern India, the project stitches together a fragmented history into a coherent narrative. The project visually combines the formation story of every modern Indian state and union territories along with the evolution of districts within them in the last 75 years. These stories are disseminated through interactive website indiastatestory.in, Twitter threads, Instagram stories, and through meticulously curated and visually rich posters and booklets. Why is this important? Since independence, the political map of India has undergone repeated transformation. Many new states and districts have been carved out, split from the old ones, merged, and also frequently renamed. Yet, despite these profound changes, there is no single comprehensive public record that systematically documents how and why these shifts actually occurred. India State Story project a response to this critical gap. It offers a visual and data-rich compendium on how India's states and districts have evolved, from the integration of princely states to post-independence and to the contemporary India. For scholars of political science, policymakers grappling with the question of territorial governance, and for citizens tracing their regional identities, understanding the evolution of India's administrative boundaries is crucial. For academics and researchers studying India's socio-economic development, this resource is especially valuable. The frequent splitting of districts, creation of new administrative units, and the name changes over time makes the longitudinal analysis of socio-economic and political data really challenging. While the existing research often adopts a qualitative approach to focusing on either overly broad perspective that misses critical details or focus on narrow studies that lack wider applicability. In contrast, this project takes a quantitative and granular approach, providing a more comprehensive resource for understanding granular changes. The India State Story offers a comprehensive spatio-temporal database and dynamic visualization that track the district transformations boundary changes, and renaming across decades, making it as an indispensable tool for research and public education. How did we create it? The project began in 2023, grounded in simple realization. There was no accessible digital spatiotemporal record of how India's administrative map evolved. At the heart of the India State Story projects lies a massive data curation and digitization effort. Our foundation was the Administrative Atlas of India, 1872 to 2011. It's a treasure trove of historical maps showing India's provincial, state, and district boundaries across decades. But these maps existed only in print or in PDF form, inaccessible to digital analysis. We partnered with a GIS consultant in Hyderabad to transform these static documents into dynamic digital maps. Each map was georeferenced and converted into GIS files and stitched with corresponding administrative divisions data, enabling us to segment India's administrative boundaries by decade and analyze them over time. The team systematically mapped the changes in provincial and district boundaries from 1872 to 1941, documenting splits, mergers, and the creation of new administrative boundaries during this period. 1947 to 51. The project tracked the most crucial phase of integration of India, spatial integration of provinces, districts, and princely states into newly formed Part A, Part B, Part C, and D states, and also consolidation of the districts from 412 to 310. Post independence period, the project focused on the reorganization of states and the ongoing evolution of districts. To make these patterns accessible, we visualized them using tools like alluvial diagrams and dendrograms, capturing complex transformations in simple and readable formats. To make our findings widely accessible, we developed a rich repository of visual documentation. We created posters for every Indian state, showed their administrative transitions from 1951 to 2021. We disseminated the results on social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram. We also created a website ensuring that our work reached out not just to researchers, but educators, students, and curious citizens across the country. We also created a coffee table book that comprehensively documents all the work that has been done under this project. Along with this, for researcher, we have provided tools such as shape files and data files so that anybody can use this database uh, to map out the state and district transitions over time. How can you use it? So here is how you can engage with it. Educators can use this map to teach political geography, state history, federalism, district origins, and electoral representation. Researchers can track how changing boundaries affect the census data, development indices, and the electoral outcomes. Students can use it to explore the regional histories and administrative changes. Policy practitioners can reference it while planning programs at the state or district level. At last, the India's administrative history is vast, intricate, and ever changing. The India's state story helps you to make sense of it. This story isn't just about the borders, it's about how we, the people, are embedded within it and transform it. It's a bridge between the history and data, between maps and meaning. It can help you to think on what might be the shape and future of Indian states and districts, say in 2050. We invite you to explore this platform, use it in your work, share it with others, and even contribute insights.